Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of AIWF Mid-Atlantic Breakdown. I'm Rick Diesel with my esteemed host, co-host, Reagan Danzig.
Hello.
How you doing? Everything good?
Um, yeah.
Look,
Just
look, look.
trudging along.
I've decided that on the show, I'm going to try my best to be a little more mellowed out.
You should, because at your age, you should try to mellow out a little bit.
Well, yeah, I do agree with you. I'm not, and I feel like if I can have a meaningful conversation with somebody without getting all upset, I believe that everything will go a little smoother.
I agree. I think, you need to be a little humble more too. So everybody liked the more humble Rick Diesel of like the past few years, but it's really gotten out of hand. But hey, if you're ready to turn over a new leaf, I will accept that new leaf.
We'll see what happens. So first and foremost, big news is it was announced today that the May 3rd show at Veterans Park has been moved to May 24th. Now, I want to explain to everybody why that happened. There was a booking issue with the park because they're trying to bring in more events up there. So they had an opportunity to bring a big rodeo to town. I think it's bull riding, something like that. Bull crap, whatever. But anyway, they're bringing I think it's bull riding, and it's May 2nd and 3rd. And they reached out to us, and we said, you know what? What's good for the park? We'll move our show to the 24th. Because ain't no sense us being whiny about it. They've been good to us. We have to admit.
Yeah,
So
things happen.
yeah. We're not going to stomp our feet and get all upset about it because it is better for the park and so but Tease Treats will be running the concession stand. So
Oh, at the
anyway,
rodeo?
yeah,
Oh, that's good.
yeah. So that's why the show got moved from May 3rd to May 24th. We're just trying to be good, get along, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just help them out. But anyway,
Yes.
that's that. So, what do you got? What do you got out of the gate before we get into talking about the latest episode of Mid Atlantic?
Nothing really. I really enjoyed the Denny's there in Fort Chiswell. It's very nice, very
Oh
clean,
yeah, this
very
is the first
fancy
time.
looking. It was nice. So just that's my thing. If you have to go that way, it's a decent Denny's. So
Yeah,
that's
this
my
is our
only,
first show back after the Ivanhoe taping, ain't it?
yeah. So that was it's probably not the Mid Atlantic. We're probably behind, but yeah. So the Ivanhoe show went really well. We had a really good crowd.
I know.
I've seen a lot more, mixed in with the Ivanhoe people, seeing a lot more of the Mount Airy people. So I was happy about that, and it was a good show, except for the mic issues. So we did have lots and lots of issues with the mics, but not
Well,
our
it wasn't
fault.
our mics. It was
Not us.
yeah, it
Not
wasn't
our
ours.
not our circus. Not our monkeys when it comes to
Right.
that. So
Right.
um,
There's nothing we can do about that. So
no, but it was good. I think we saw some interesting things happen with Matt Anderson, and we saw the debut of Jeff Paul there in his gold on the not gold on the piggy bank. That's not right.
the
Gold
pole
on the
match.
pole. That's gold on. That sounds like a stripper thing. Please welcome gold on the pole.
Well, and if you weren't in Ivanhoe and you want to see how that turned out, just keep an eye on the AIWF Mid Atlantic episodes airing every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on the AIWF network on YouTube. So, and
I,
so
I
we'll
have
have the upcoming episodes from Ivanhoe in hopefully the near future. We still got a lot of stuff to go through from the anniversary show, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens when you have a 24-hour shows. So
Yeah,
I kid.
but you didn't miss it by much. I mean, it was
No,
28
I didn't.
matches total.
But
So,
they were all good matches,
yeah,
so
I mean,
that's helpful.
when you have something, people come from all over the world, you have to accommodate them. So, but like I said, we're going to start in the fall discussing next year's anniversary show, and there's already some rumors going around about next year that's going to make it very interesting.
We should offer camping out, like come camp out, and then we can like have festivities as the people camp for the show. Should turn it into like Jamioki, which is showing my age. Do you remember Jamioki's in
Pinnacle?
Pilot? Yeah, in Pinnacle.
Yeah, no, I've never been there, but I've heard rumors.
Yeah, so it has like a festival like that with people dancing in the mud and stuff like that.
That might not be a bad idea,
Yeah,
because I'm actually going to be involved in more in the planning for the 34th anniversary show. So maybe something like that might be, that's not a bad idea.
I know if you
Some
could
camp.
actually pull it off, you know. Hmm.
I don't know. I'll pitch it
Well,
I'll pitch it to the board and see
see if
what they say, because
that's
there's people
feasible.
all over the world involved in putting that thing together. So
Yes.
it ought to be interesting. Okay, episode was 491 aired
Wow.
last night, the 25th of March 2025, and I don't know much about the opening match, but I do know that the main event of that match was a handicap match. Ty Tyson and Justin Flash taking on Matt Anderson, um, Mason Matthews, and oh my God, I forgot who the third guy was.
I wasn't there that. Was I there that
Yeah,
night?
he was there.
Did I already
It's still
forget?
night one.
Oh,
Come on
Brian.
now. I'm trying to think. Let me go look right quick. God almighty. We're so, we do this
There,
and we
Mason
try.
Matthews, Matt
We do
Anderson. Look,
try,
this
I
just looked
promise.
terrible.
Oh, Baron von Kraus.
That's right.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mr.
that's what
Kraus.
happened. That's the one bad thing about independent wrestling and being a wrestler. Once you get to our age, you forget everything. It doesn't
But,
help with the brain.
but what's funny is I'm heavily involved with the post production of these things, and I watch them multiple times, and I still cannot remember who's
No, because it was supposed to weren't they were supposed to have a partner, but they no showed, right?
right. There was some kind of issue that they didn't have a partner, and but when you got that many people, there's always somebody going to know.
There's always somebody, yeah.
Always somebody. So
It was,
but
yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
Flash and Ty went out there against three of their toughest opponents ever. And I think they did pretty good. You want to see how it turns out? Just watch the show. The issues got a little deeper with Ty and Matt Anderson, which is, if you were in Ivanhoe, you've seen that's still boiling over pretty bad.
yeah. And there was even, I mean, at the end of that match, there was also, a kind of a little bit of a tense moment. I don't want to ruin it because you need to be able to see the ending of that match. That there were a couple of tense moments between two partners. So I don't want to give anything away.
Two of
I
the
don't even want to
partners.
huh?
Two of the partners.
Yes.
One side or the other.
Yes. So you just check
Watch
it out.
Episode 491. It's on the AIWF network. Speaking of the AIWF network, it got a boost. There is a guy that has joined the AIWF family. He's from I think South Dakota, and he's helping with a lot of some media stuff. Like I can't remember what it is. God, there's so many people involved with AIWF. I'm so glad somebody else handles this stuff that I don't have to. But he's going to be helping a whole lot with the online stuff, like the streaming, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I think they said he's going to be making some music.
Oh,
If you want music, you can get him to. I will go look and tell you his name right here in just a second.
it's one of those things we never have any memory. I was going to say
Bubba Starts.
Or Bubba starts with a T or a
Yes.
K at the end.
I swear. Startz. You tell me how to say that.
Start.
Bubba
Starts.
Starts.
That's right. Yeah.
He's a content creator. Does music. He has multiple channels on on YouTube and stuff like that. And he's really into a lot of stuff. He's involved with filming of an indoor football team, I think, out in South Dakota. I think that's where it is. So you want to find out more about him, if you can go to Rick Diesel's Facebook, there I did post. I shared the announcement that he's with us. Go there, check
Right.
him out, check out his content, his channels. He's going to be doing a lot to help the AIWF as far as like online and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's just more, every time I turn around, there's somebody new hooking up the AIWF. It just keeps growing and growing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's
it's good to
amazing.
get, to expand to other content creators to help us, create, some different vibes when it comes to videos and music. So that'd be good. I'm excited about that. We're always expanding, always getting better, always getting, working on our product and making it better and better. So,
Well, and even though we're just a small little blip, on this massive AIWF map right here in North Carolina with the Mid Atlantic, but it's amazing how we all kind of work together. So anything that Bubba does that helps the AIWF in general can help us. Because
right.
I honestly, I was on a Zoom call myself with him for almost 30 minutes a few nights ago as they introduced him to me. And me and him talked a lot, and he helped do some things to help the algorithm, they
Uh-huh.
call it, in the network on YouTube to help more people find it.
Oh, that's great. That is
So,
great.
it's stuff like that old people like me don't know, but he jumped right in there and just helped out and made a lot of things better. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm
April
excited to see
5th.
what it does. That
Moving on, April 5th coming up. I've already started announcing some of the people who's going to be at the April 5th show in Mount Airy at Veterans Park. That's a little over a week away. Poor Reagan's froze up again, so I'm just babbling.
I
Uh,
know.
are you there?
There I am. I'm back. I don't know what's going on with my internet.
This is interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'll just keep talking. April 5th, we've already
All
announced some of the
right.
that's what I could have
All
done.
right.
God
Let's
bless.
see. Are they on
I,
mine?
I could have shared those pictures of the people that's coming April that they've already announced coming April 5th. Maybe after the commercial, during the commercial break, I'll try to run in and make a folder right quick with those guys in it or something. And we'll show who's coming so far. Now, they've announced a few of them. There's several more coming, so we're gonna have all that before too much longer. And hopefully Reagan's computer will unfreeze here shortly. And I won't have just sit here and try to think stuff to talk about because I'm no good without her, that's for sure. I ain't like Matt Carter. I can't just sit and talk about stuff. He's much better at this with a microphone in this setting than I am. So, but in the meantime, we have Reagan over here froze solid. She was. Oh, yeah, she's gonna try it again. She'll get back. But anyway, I tell you what, let's take a quick commercial while Reagan tries to get there. Oh, are you back?
Am I back? I don't know how long.
I see you. You're moving around again now.
Okay, so I guess you're gonna have to do some editing. I was trying to get on my phone while we were while I was out. So, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. It's Time Warner Cable. They're terrible.
Well, I tell you what, let's go to commercial, and I'm going to run right quick and while we're doing commercial and see if I can't put these pictures of the people who's been announced for April 5th. And when we come back, we'll show them. How's that? All
Awesome.
right,
Hopefully,
we'll
I'll
be
be
right
here.
back after this message.
Secondhand Heroes and Home for Wayward Villains is a comic book shop and gaming store that also features Magic the Gathering and D&D. Located at 18184 Leesville Road in Evington, Virginia, Secondhand Heroes is your one-stop shop for you to get your nerd on. Open 7 days a week at 11 a.m., they don't close until the dice stop rolling. They buy, sell, trade, barter, and haggle, specializing in collectible toys, both vintage and modern, comics, Magic the Gathering, video games, console, and arcade cabinets to play, all set to free play. Host your game night with us. Monday night D&D video game competitions, and so much more. Something for the collector and gamer in us all. Call 434-317-0121 or shoot us an email with any questions to secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. Note, secondhandheroesva@gmail.com. That's 2ND, handheroesva@gmail.com. Come game with us. Tease Treats is a food truck service that operates out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. They serve decadent, delicious ice cream treats, hot dogs, chicken tenders, chicken sandwiches, nachos, funnel cakes, and so much more. They can be in multiple locations at the same time, available for festivals, athletic tournaments, concerts, or any gathering. When it comes to delicious quality and reasonable prices, you can't go wrong with Tease Treats. You can find out more about Tease Treats at facebook.com/Tease Treats, or you can give them a call at 336-755-8204. You'll find out that Tease Treats are not only the best concessions in wrestling, but the best concessions anywhere.
We're here and I feel great. It's great to be here. Thank you, Rick. Reagan, it's your pleasure as always.
As you can see, we are back from commercial, and we are graced with Seth Clayton Burns. I see Reagan is just giddy with excitement.
Yeah, that's just exactly how I want to spend my Wednesday night is talking
about
to Seth
me, ain't
Clayton Burns.
He's ready. So anyway, we've been talking, Seth. We was talking about some of the stuff that's coming up on April 5th in Mount Airy. Reagan, you want to talk to him? You want to do that first? Or you want to talk to Seth first? We probably got about 10 or 15 minutes in the show.
Go ahead and talk about we can talk about April 5th, and I can interject stuff as we go along. I do think it's important for us to kind of, since we both have you and Seth together, to see if you can give us some lowdown on what we're planning for this upcoming season. If you want to give us a highlight of your very smart brains, I guess.
Woo, listen to you. You suck at kissing up to him, Reagan. I'm sorry.
I know. I don't. I'm trying to be nice.
But
I'm trying to be nice because we're turning over new leaves, and I'm trying to be nicer and stuff, because if not, I'm going to beat him up. And
well, I tell you what, since Seth is here and he is a manager extraordinaire, a wrestling aficionado, we can get his take on some of the people who's coming. So at first, now there's 4 names been announced for April 5th. Up first, we have Cam Isaac. What's everybody's thoughts on Cam Isaac coming back? You know my thoughts on him.
I think it's great. I think he's relatively new to the AIWF and to the wrestling business, but he's really taken off. He's a fan favorite. People are really enjoying him coming in. He's had he won the light heavyweight title, but was, it was ripped out of his hands by Rick Diesel. So I am excited to see him come back and see his response now that he's had some time to mull over what happened to him. So,
Seth.
Well, I'm glad he's coming out of whatever hole he's been in. But to be honest, everything that Cam Isaac has suffered is because of the people he chooses to align with. Case in point, Lodi.
Yes.
As I've said about people turning over new leaves.
Well, listen, when it comes to Cam Isaac, I understand he comes from Lodi's school down in Charlotte, North Carolina, but you don't understand. I have a history with Lodi. He embarrassed me in front of the world. and I'm not going to have one of his lackeys come in here and act like they can just do whatever they want to. He's got if he wants to brag about being trained by Lodi, the mighty, the great Lodi, then he's going to come in here. He's going to earn everything he gets. I promise you that.
What happens if somebody like did that to you, like to somebody that you had worked with? Like, how fair would it be for
Rick's
people to be
angel.
held?
That's where your first mistake is, Reagan. Rick's never embarrassed people. Rick's never made it about himself. He's always been a good, kind-hearted person, unlike that peon Lodi.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Exactly. You can't argue with that logic.
No, it's not. It's just it's so out of just like makes no sense, and it's just so way out of left field that it just dumbfounds me that first of all that Seth Clayton Burns would think of that about Rick Diesel, because obviously he doesn't know Rick Diesel as well as I know Rick Diesel. You know, Rick Diesel he's not always a trustworthy fella, even with the people that he has in his close confidence. Just saying.
Rick is saint-worthy.
Yeah, again, you cannot argue with Seth Clayton Burn logic.
It's because it's so illogical. Anyway, so go back to Cam Isaac.
All right, let's start. Mickey. Oh, here's one for Seth.
Oh, God.
But I will let Reagan go first. Reagan, Mickey Phelps coming back. You've seen him at the anniversary show. He got a huge ovation from the fans when he walked out at the anniversary show.
Yeah, I agree. People, Mickey has always been a fan favorite. You know, I know the alliance he had with Seth Clayton Burns didn't really work out for him, and I'm glad he saw the error of his ways. So it'd be good to see him back. I mean, he is somebody that you just, you have to watch out for, especially, he does have little anger issues, whether he's a crowd favorite or not. So I would really be worried about what he has planned for the people who tried to take control of his life last year.
Speaking of taking control of his life, Seth, do you think the fact that he got married not too long ago has anything to do with his new found emotions? Or
well, it was around that time that unholy marriage took place that Mickey Fulton lost something. Two very important somethings that Carson's carrying around in her purse now. And with that, Mickey Fulton isn't the man who shook my hand roughly a little over a year ago, and the man I elevated to being a true main event status.
Again, that's logic. It's hard to argue with.
It's like you can't argue with irrationality.
Irrationality. I took him to a world title, and how does he repay me? He pile drives me in the middle of the ring.
Which I think everybody loved. I think if we wanted to keep our crowd,
I thought you were turning over new leaves, and you're cheering for an innocent man getting assaulted.
I mean, when you're in the ring, you're in the ring. That it's not assaulting when you step in between those ropes. So I think we should now have every show end or begin with Seth being pile driven. I think that would be, and we could do different types of pile drivers.
I guarantee you right now, you will never see my head spike that mad again. I promise you that, Reagan. It will never happen again.
I can't believe that you would encourage that kind of violence on somebody.
And he doesn't have very good traps, so he can't do the Hulk, where he just bounces right up. I mean, Seth just crumbles like he's like a paper doll. That's perfect. Seth Clayton Burns is like those little paper dolls that I used to get when I was young, and you could just really crumple them really easily. So, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah.
Trying to and failing absolutely horribly at that, by the way.
I never have said I was a nice person. It's just people don't know me well enough.
See, that's what I don't understand. You was the one portraying all the niceness, and you're the first one to attack.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes.
Now, I do not know this person. Somebody tell Brian to take a peek and see if this person here has been to our shows before. I heard he has, but I don't know for sure. Ryan Austin.
Ryan Austin, Brian.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Doesn't ring a bell.
So he may be debuting.
But you know, that's we have bad memories, but you know, we have so many people. I mean, really, you know, it's easy to keep up with the names of everybody when you have the same people on your show week in and week out. So it's easy. But when you have people coming from all over the country, all over the world to come wrestle for the AIWF, sometimes you may forget names, but it's just because there's so many people come
Reagan,
here to
for
wrestle.
once, I'm agreeing with you because AIWF is all about presenting memorable moments, memorable matches. You are not going to get the same thing week in, week out like some other companies around. I'm not going to mention names, but that's what that's what they do. That's what we do, that we're better than, and that we make us better. And I love seeing new talent coming in. And you know, this new talent here, Ryan Austin, he may have a chance to join the Enterprise.
Yeah, that works out so well for people.
He might, you never know. He might deserve a second look, you know. Seth Clayton Burns is always looking for talent. He's always looking. And don't get me wrong, he is in the management of AIWF Mid Atlantic, but first and foremost, he's a manager. And
yeah, I was going to ask that. We have seen him now don the trunks a little more often.
Yes.
So, I mean, is he? Are
matter
you
of fact,
worried?
there's a TikTok out that just come out today of Seth Clayton Burns and Kevin Phoenix in a dance-off. And I'm pretty
Kevin
sure
Phoenix had nothing on me.
He did not. He had to leave the ring. You embarrassed him so bad. He went outside the ring to finish that dance contest because he knew he could not stay in the same ring as Seth Clayton Burns, as you was burning him. You was Seth Clayton burning him to a crisp. I seen that. I seen that. I was like, man, that is so awesome.
I don't even know what to say.
This like, Dancing with the Stars, man. Kevin Phoenix got to be dancing with the star.
That would be the highlight of his career.
Yes, I do believe that.
We'll ask him that. See if that was the highlight of his career.
I'm telling you, man. All right. Ryan Austin coming to Mount Airy. We're going to see how he does. He's coming to try to get noticed by the AIWF Mid-Atlantic fans. So love him or hate him, you will find out on April the 5th. All right, our last one. So now by next week, we'll have a lot more of these to put out. So they're releasing one like every day. So our last one for this week is this guy.
Ty Tyson. He, you know, so at the end of
I'm the same way when I talk about him.
Well, it's like I'm at a loss for words. Like the thunder that he is calling down on Matt Anderson is epic. It is Matt Anderson has stepped over a line that I don't think that nothing's going to work out well for him. You know, I think it was a mistake for him to come right out and go after Ty. And then I'm excited to see if they butt heads on April 5th. You know, that's an interesting thing. And if I can't wait till you put up the video of him calling out Matt Anderson in the ring in Ivanhoe. He didn't even need a microphone. That's how angry he was.
That was this past weekend. That's good. Yeah, I do believe that we may have to push some of those up past some of the other videos that we have. Just, I mean, because it's very important that we get those tapings out there. So, Seth, thoughts on Ty Tyson?
We go from bad
father of my
from Mickey
grandchildren.
Wolf to Ty Tyson. Going back, you know, you talk about Matt Anderson and Reagan out there. Oh, Ty's got his number. Ty's got his number. I think Matt Anderson's going to be the guy who finally shuts Ty Tyson up.
Okay. I will back off a little bit. This is a very different Matt Anderson. This is a very violent Matt Anderson. This is a very he seems to know exactly what he wants. And I will agree with Seth that maybe Ty is not given enough credit to Matt Anderson. So that's the only time I'll ever say that.
Matt Anderson has a great gift in his corner, and that's me. because who knows Ty Tyson better than me. Ty Tyson, I'm in his head rent-free. He goes to bed, he thinks of me. He wakes up, he thinks of me. Eating breakfast, thinking of me. Working out, thinking of me. I live in his head rent-free, and because of that, Matt Anderson's going to be able to just swoop in and put Ty Tyson out of his misery. I guarantee you that.
So we're officially saying now that Matt Anderson is part of Seth Clayton Burns Enterprises. I mean,
I guess we are. I mean, let's just be honest. You're breaking news, yes.
That's going to be an interesting thing for him. I hope that we'll just have to see. I'm looking forward to those for them to finally. It's like two raging bulls coming together. So I'm excited to see that.
And he's already married, so you ain't gonna make Mickey Fulps mistakes.
I don't think. Would you say that at Mickey Fulps' face that stuff about his wife?
I would. I have. I ain't scared of Mickey Fulp, and I ain't scared of Carson. Let me tell you that right now.
If I was going to be scared of anybody, I would be scared of her.
Well, she knows where her place is, and that is making Mickey Fulp a sandwich, okay? Unfortunately, Mickey Fulp hasn't learned that.
There you go. Hey, we got about 3 minutes left. So, Seth, tell us what's going on with Seth Clayton Burns. We brought you in and went straight into this thing. So let's give the last 2.5, 3 minutes to just Seth Clayton Burns. Tell us what's going on with you, man.
Man, I've been out. I've been all over. I have been searching for great talent to bring in. We talked about that earlier, bringing in new talent. So I'm hoping we'll get some good and shocking great things coming. But here's a little scoop, because there's been a lot of things. April 5th, I can confirm right here, I'm going to be there.
That needs to be the next picture that the promo pic is put out. Seth Clayton Burns come into Mount Airy on April 5th.
And I'm not guaranteeing nothing, but Ty Tyson's there, Mickey Fulp's there. I'm sure I'm going to have a lot I want to say in front of those people who want to constantly go out and talk bad about me. Well, you know what? I'm going to go and I want to call him out. Reagan, you say what I say this stuff to Mickey Fulp's face. We're both going to be in Mount Airy on the 5th, okay? Maybe that's when we'll come face to face and say all this, let all the grievances there. Because don't forget, his contract isn't with AIWF Mid-Atlantic. It's for me. It's with me, SCB Enterprises. I tell him where to go and when to wrestle.
I just can't wait to see how that works out for you. I think I'm going to be thoroughly enjoy watching that. And
well, Reagan,
I mean, you already had a pile driver. I mean, you're just begging.
Well,
begging.
Reagan, here's what I'm thinking, because I being a member of AIWF Mid Atlantic Management, I'll do you one better, because you're turning over a new leaf, but you are still in charge, making sure people get from point A to point B and toe the line. I give you a lot of credit for what you do every show. Not a lot of people realize all the stuff you do in the back, and I appreciate it. But here's what I'm going to do. If Mickey Fulp lays a finger on me, Reagan, you're going to take the punishment for it.
Oh, Seth Clayton Burns needs to watch some videos. I don't think he wants to call down that thunder. I don't think that's something he wants to poke.
I'm going to hold you personally responsible.
There it is. Clip of the day.
Yep. Right there we go. We'll see. We'll see.
All right. We will see. All right. We're winding down, and be there April 5th in Mount Airy at Veterans Park. It's going to be a great show. Mid-Atlantic TV taping for the AIWF Network. And will we see Reagan be personally responsible for anything that happens to Seth Clayton Burns? That is worth coming to see. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Seth, thanks for stopping by, man.
Thanks for having me, Rick. It was a pleasure to be here.
All right. For Reagan Danzig, Seth Clayton Burns, I am Rick Diesel, and we'll see you next week.